If you want to stay up to date with all current hip hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to become part of this community.
So we just got some Drake news for Certified Lover Boy probably. I know a lot of you guys were already talking about it on the Discord, in the comments, everywhere. A lot of you hit me up on Instagram. And today I wanted to get into this new snippet that we got that he posted on Instagram, kind of go over what we can hear, what this means for Certified Lover Boy, and my general thoughts on this. So let's jump straight into it. So basically what happened is Drizzy took to his Instagram story about 1 or 2 days ago to post himself, sitting in the studio somewhere, listening to something that, he had recorded. We can see this is very obviously 40 sitting at the producer's desk at the computer. We see a huge screen in front of 40 that's like a drone shot of like Antarctica or whatever flying over that just creates like amazing vibes and scenery. I can only imagine the energy in the studio. Gotta be amazing. But let's talk about what we actually heard, because of course this is not just the video material that we saw, but there was of course some audio to it that people picked up on and got him talking. So we can hear a snippet that people have since dubbed fair trade. And there's this one version on Instagram that Drizzy posted himself, but also a lot of people have created extended versions, looping certain parts of the snippet and putting them on YouTube. So if you want to hear like a full-length song with this snippet, then you can find it on YouTube, on SoundCloud, wherever people, make this type of stuff. I listened to a couple of versions. It's always the same part that we heard on the story, so this is not a song that has gotten leaked before. This is something new, actually, and that's why people are so excited, of course. So let's actually talk about what we're hearing. We can hear like a very 40 Drake type, beat with a reverby snare hitting with some very, heavenly synthesizers, and like a really looming, bass in the background, which I love. I love that aesthetic, that sound, that the two of them have created over the years, especially on like certain deep cuts on. If you're reading this, I'm talking like, Star 67 or Jungle, which we all know are some of Drake's best work. We can hear a soul sample playing too, which I love that he's getting back into this. I love, for example, when he did this on Scorpion on Sandra's Rose. I thought that fit his style pretty well. Drake is someone who's worked with soul and R&B samples, throughout his whole career, and that has become part of his sound as well. So I'm glad that he sticks to that formula, because I really didn't like that very whole lot of red Playboy Cardi distorted sound of, for example, What's Next off of Scary Hours 2. I did like Wants and Needs because that had that bass again that I'm talking about. So I'm glad that he's sticking with this formula for now. We'll probably see a lot of things switch up on the final version of CLB, but at least we know that he's going back to a sound that's proven to be successful for him, and that's proven to get the best out of him, honestly. Now, one thing that I did not like is his flow and just his delivery on here, because it's just so similar to what he's done on Scorpion. It's not like that rapping Drake, it's not the singing Drake, it's more of this really not caring about it emotionless Drake that we've had on the A side of Scorpion a lot, and that I just didn't like at all. I think Drake is at his best when he is in tune with whatever he's feeling, when either he can go hard like he did on If You're Reading This, or he can be very, emotional throughout the rest of his career. But this just really isn't it. I don't like this. It just seems like he doesn't care about whatever he's doing. There's a lot of these not triplet flows, but where he just has a line and then it's like a break, something like a lot of new school artists do, that Drake has been very successful at imitating this, but I just don't think this is really his own style, and when he does it, it just seems not as genuine and authentic as we know the Drake from 6, 7, 8 years ago, which is why I didn't like his sound on here, his personal sound on here as much, but the instrumental, as I said, is amazing. He also had some great bars on here. One favorite that stood out to me is, and a lot of people have picked up on this as well, and use it for like captions and whatever, is he says, imitation isn't flattering, it's annoying me, which I thought was amazing because, people always say that imitation is the best kind of flattery. I know Rocky did it on Testing. He said, oh, the best kind of flattery is when they imitate you and all that. And Drake is someone who has, created his own sound over the course of his career, but I think the irony in this is that he is the master at imitating people's sounds. As I just said, he picks up on all these different styles that develop around certain areas. He was heavy on like a southern sound, the past like 3-4 years. And to me, it's just kind of ironic that he is delivering this line, imitation isn't flattering, it's annoying me, while imitating another style is not really his. As much as I like that line and as much as it's like badass and, Drizzy had the confidence and has the track record to say this, it just seems weird to hear him say this while he's imitating another sound and someone else. So that's kind of the only thing that I didn't like about this. I'm really still worried that we're gonna see this type of Drake a lot on Certified Lover Boy, when I was actually expecting him to maybe go back to his roots, go back to not even like the singing emotional Drake, but when you think of some verses off of Nothing Was the Same, for example, like Too Much or whatever, when he's rapping, like actually rapping, not singing, that sounds amazing too, and that's something that we haven't heard, of in a long time, and Scorpion just was void of that, completely, and it just seems like he's going back to that Scorpion sound, even though of course a little bit changed, not as short-tracked, fast-paced as it was back then, but still kind of the same vibe. So that's something that I don't like, and this kind of has me again worried. I already didn't like that Solid track featuring Gunna and Young Thug that was supposed to be on Certified Lover Boy, which I made a whole video about. But yeah, that's kind of the only thing that has me still sitting here like, oh, I hope this is not, going in the wrong direction. Anyway, new Drake, Snippet, Fair Trade. I liked it. I liked the instrumental, I liked the vibe. I liked that he's going back to this sort of production. I just didn't like his flow on here. He had some great bars, but just the way that he delivered them seemed not genuine, not very authentic and Drake. So that's the only thing that I can criticize about this. But we're going to have to wait and see until CLB drops to, give our final verdict. So yeah, that's all I think about this. Now I want to know what you think about this. Did you hear this new Snippet, Fair Trade? Did you like it? What did you think of the instrumental? What did you think of the way he pulled it off? And are you excited for CLB? And what do you think this new Snippet could mean for CLB? I really want to know, so let me know in the comments down below.
If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media and blog down in the description. It really helps me out. Until the next one, y'all have an incredible day, and y'all take care.